Hello guys, lovely people, welcome back to my channel. So today is a good day. It's a beautiful day as always because we are in San Diego. I'm wearing my button up because I just had an interview which I think went pretty well, so we'll see where that goes. They're gonna do like a second interview. They said they're gonna call me in a day and go from there. So I'm feeling pretty good about this position. I'm also applying at another place for like a part-time job for like a different shift, so that way I can just work as much as I can and just save up a bunch of money and stuff. So that's the plan. Not sure what we're doing today, but first, before we go anywhere else, me and Jay want to watch a video that he found that's really pretty funny, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So we got the van ready and now we are going to In-N-Out, of course, as always. We actually hadn't had In-N-Out in a couple of days, so we're super excited to go get some. We're both very, very hungry. We don't want to cook. We don't really have anything to cook anyways. So yeah, we're gonna go there and get some food, and then I don't know. We're probably gonna go to the park. I don't know, not sure yet, but we'll figure it out. You excited to have In-N-Out? Is Lily excited? Lily, where are you? You excited to have In-N-Out? She doesn't care. As long as she gets some left over, she's good to go. Okay, In-N-Out was so good. And then I stopped by Starbucks and I got myself a daily latte. And at Starbucks, their holiday stuff was already out, like holiday merch and coffee and stuff. And they finally have my favorite drink of all time. It is a chestnut praline latte. I love it so much, and they only have it during the holidays. So when I used to work for Starbucks years ago, during the holidays, I would actually buy full bottles of this syrup and add it to my coffee at home and stuff, because it's just so good. And then I also would buy a few more bottles and keep them at the store, so after the holidays are over, I still have a few bottles at the store that I can use to make myself drinks while I'm at work. So super excited because I have my baby back. We made it to the park, to this beautiful, beautiful park that we've been to before. And we come here because it's nice and cool. It's cooler here than anywhere else, and it's beautiful, and Lily loves it.
I had a sip of your coffee.
You had a sip of my coffee?
That was good.
I know,
it's
right?
Really good.
It's very good. It's so good. Yeah, if you like coffee and you have a Starbucks close by, definitely go to Starbucks right now and get a chestnut praline latte. Hot or cold, either way, it's very good, and it's only available during the holiday season, so pretty much from now up until like January 1st. So definitely go and check it out because it's good. One thing that is amazing about this weather, like warm weather, is that I can eat ice cream.
Yeah,
so good.
You wouldn't want ice cream in Oregon right now.
No. Yeah, if we were in Oregon, I definitely wouldn't want ice cream because it's cold and rainy. And I'm so glad we're here and not there. Look at this thing. It's like a birdhouse, I think. Oh, it's pretty neat. This tree, whatever the tree is, Jed calls them pussy willows. I'm not sure if that's the actual name for this tree. I think it's just the willow. It's not a pussy willow, but that's what Jed calls them. But look at this park. Oh, look, there's a palm tree. And here's the van with the trailer. It looks so good. Oh yeah, our van sits a lot higher now too. Hold on. Since we changed the front shocks, our van sits a little bit higher. Look at that. Yep, which is nice. It sits a little bit higher and it doesn't bounce, which is nice. And here's the beautiful trailer. Yep, look at that. Anyway, so the other day we went to our friend's house to lift up our van and take the front wheels off. And the reason for that is because for the last probably week or so, every time we drove, the van was making this super loud, super annoying, like squeaking sound. And it wasn't like all the time. It only was happening when we go over bumps, and then when we're like on the freeway, and sometimes when we're like on the cedar roads. And it was so annoying. And for the first couple of days, we couldn't figure it out whether it's coming from the front of the van or from the back where the trailer is. So originally we thought that it was our trailer, our brakes were like sticking, you know, or dragging a little bit. And then after a few days of driving and me sticking out my head out of the window to determine whether the sound is coming from the front or the back, we determined that it's coming from the front. So the next thing we started doing is trying to figure out what was making the noise. At first we didn't think it was the brakes, because when we would press on the brakes, the sound would go away. And we thought if it was the brakes, when we would press on the brakes, the sound would only get louder, right? So then we thought it was probably our shocks, because our front shocks were bad. We got them a while ago and we've been meaning to replace them for months, but we didn't have a jack and we didn't have a place to do it, so we just kind of putting it off. Our shocks were that bad that every time we'd go over any tiny little bump, our van would just bounce non-stop pretty much until it evened out. So anyway, so the other day we went to our friend's house and Jed lifted up the van and he took off. Ew.
I wasn't really picking my nose.
Yeah.
Watch.
And he ew. So he took off the tires, and we determined that it was our brakes. And it wasn't just the brake pads. Our brake pads are pretty much gone. They're pretty much non-existent. We maybe have a little bit left to last us about 50 miles or so, but that's about it. So the brake pads are gone. But it's only just the brake pads, it's the rotors as well. Our rotors are all warped, so we got to replace the rotors, and our bearings as well. We need to replace those as well. So pretty much the whole braking system is pretty much gone. So unfortunately we can't drive the van for much or too much longer, because our brakes will completely go out if we do that. So for now we're just kind of stuck in one area until we are able to fix it. It's gonna be around, we calculated like $300 to $400 I think to get the brake pads, the rotors, and the bearings for this van. So yeah, and we don't have enough money right now, so until we're able to afford that, we just have to stay in one area. Hopefully I'll get a job soon, so I'll be able to afford to buy everything we need for the braking system. But until then, we're just stuck in one area. Tomorrow we're just gonna find a spot and just park it there and just stay there until we fix the brakes. We are gonna glue one of the flexible solar panels that we have on top of the trailer and like run the cable to the van, so we don't have to drive the van to charge the battery. Yeah, so that's the dealio. That's what's going on with our van. But yes, the other day when we were at our friend's house, we were able to switch out the shocks since the wheels were already off, which was a pain in the ass, and it took us a little bit to figure out how to take them off, but we did it. So the shocks are a lot better now, thank God. We don't bounce everywhere we go now, especially on the freeway. Like every time we drive on the freeway, the whole van just be bouncing. So the shocks are replaced, and then we were able to change the oil. So the oil is changed as well, which is nice. And we also changed the oil on my scooter, which is amazing because now I can drive it. And I'm so glad that we have a motorcycle and a scooter to get around. So if we need to go get food or go to a job interview or whatever, we have a means of transportation besides the van. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, that's the dealio. That's what's been going on. So poor van and the trailer are stuck in one place until we're able to fix the brakes. So yeah, I'm really hoping I'll get the job really soon, start working, so I can actually afford to put the brakes on this thing. So yeah, that sucks. When we first got the van, we're actually there you go, replaced the back brakes when we first got the van, but we never took care of the front brakes because they weren't that bad, but now they are. So that's the deal. Anyways, the sun is getting down and it's getting beautiful, and the sunset is beautiful, so I'm gonna go watch it. Look at all of those geese. That old couple down there in that van.
they were feeding them. So now they ate and now they're going back to the water. It's so mean. Look at that. They're so cool.